Welcome back to the basement where it's top level content from the lower level. I was full on prepared until he hit start recording and then I panicked.
You look like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah, deer in the headlights. Drew, public service announcement.
The weather is warming up. Wash your butts and wear deodorant every day. No skipsies.
No skipsies.
No skipsies.
So,
Peekaboo.
we have been tasked with. I asked these guys a question at the beginning of the week. I said, what's things that make you mad? I got one. I'll start off.
All right.
I was scrolling through Facebook. You know what's one thing that makes me mad?
What's that?
Is when somebody washes their car and they're like, I just gave her a bath. I think that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
That's pretty random, honestly.
I don't like it.
Man, there's so much that makes me mad.
What really grinds your gears, Drew?
Man, I don't know. Come back to me. I got so many, I can't decide on one.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Oh
You're on the clock. Don't look at mine. Don't look at mine.
I'm just one extreme or the other whenever it comes to almost everything. It's either I am completely unbothered by it or I'm just straight up triggered.
You want to know what else really makes me mad?
What's that?
Roundabouts.
All right.
Dude,
yeah, I don't like them either.
Princeton, I can never figure it out. I'm like, I don't know if I'm supposed to go, if I'm supposed to yield.
At the courthouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I tell you what, man, you ought to drive through one of them things in a tractor trailer.
Yeah, I guarantee it.
Yeah, boy. I usually just cut through them, just hit the sidewalk and off.
All right, I know something that really grinds my gears.
What's that?
Why do all of our lives have to be us eating stuff that's disgusting, okay?
Hashtag,
all of them.
Go back and watch our past live from last weekend.
Still recovering from it.
Yeah. As you can tell, his eyes are swollen up from the crying he's been doing.
All right, I got one that really grinds my gears.
What you got, big dog?
The Miami Dolphins front office. I'm about so sick of them. I'm about to quit being a fan of them. I mean, my God, you can't be that dumb and be that rich at the same time, can you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, we had some players that we got rid of that weren't great, but they was the best daggone players we had.
Slim Pickens, boys. Slim Pickens.
And we ain't really picked up nobody.
Man, y'all are going to be like the Bengals this year. You're going to have a loaded offense and nothing on defense.
You know what else makes me mad? When people buy new shoes for their, and when people buy new tires for the car, it says, I got new shoes for the babe.
Sounds like somebody...
I hate that stuff. Yeah, I'm not targeting anybody on Facebook.
Yeah, you are.
But I don't like that stuff. I think that's stupid.
I mean, I've said got new shoes for the whip before.
Yeah.
I've said it.
Yeah. What else makes you mad, Hunter?
Man, I don't even know. Like, so much.
You
know what makes me mad?
Go ahead.
Call of Duty lobbies now. The fact that they ban people for just cussing.
Oh,
man,
sissies.
I remember back in my day during Modern Warfare 2. That's what made you a man.
Yeah, that's true.
Good times.
You know what else makes me mad?
What?
Women.
What?
Women.
Oh, buddy.
No, I'm just kidding. No, but I will tell you something that does make me mad. I'm in sales, right? Mm-hmm. I can't stand the daggum tire kicker. They come in there.
Just look at it.
Yeah, they come in there and just ask you 1,000 questions. You tell them 1,000 times, and they're just like, "Well, I gotta think about it." Well, how long are you gonna think about it?
I'm just saying. But with your line of work, how much time do they really have to wait?
Some of them not too long.
Oh boy. Oh boy. You know what else makes me mad?
What?
Is when I see somebody selling a T-shirt online, or Walmart, for example, selling a T-shirt, and it's like $12. Plus sizes though are $15.
Oh yeah.
Why are you charging me more because I'm fat?
Yeah, every time I see one of those, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's discrimination in some type.
It's got to be something, boys.
That ain't no fair. They're like, it takes more material. I'm like, I'll be damned. I can't squeeze in this thing. You lying to me?
Yeah. Also, since we're talking about clothes that makes me mad, it's when you buy something that's 2X, and then when you wash it, it's a medium.
Oh, yeah.
I get one use out of that bad boy.
It goes from Foot Locker to Baby Gap real fast.
Yeah. I'm like, there's sometimes I got to text Emily, my wife, and be like, hey, I really like that shirt. I'd prefer if you didn't try it. And we just hung it up.
Same. Get the coat hanger out. Let's put that thing up there.
Yeah.
Also smells better that way too.
It does. It does.
Man, what else makes y'all mad?
Man, like I said, I really can't start name dropping people, but
Yeah, we're not going to name drop anybody.
there's a lot makes me mad.
You know what made me mad this morning? I know, man, this fired me up, buddy.
I got something from this morning too, but go ahead.
I drove up to Lorton Liquor Road, stopped at my favorite gas station, the old S&S. They took out my favorite brand of energy drinks. They no longer sell Ghost, and they put in Bucked Up. Ugh.
So, W's our favorite energy drink.
W
You
is
know
my
what?
favorite. However, I didn't have W on hand.
Them going for Bucked Up is
Yeah.
Bucked Up is a big competitor of W for getting content creators, so we don't like Bucked Up. You're right.
No.
Yeah,
It tastes like nasty cough syrup.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You should have been
Gotta put a little
getting
Sprite
some of
in
your
it.
W packs.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I'm waiting on them to be delivered. You know how UPS be doing me these days.
FedEx is even worse, boy.
You know what's even worse than that? International shipping, which brings me to
Oh,
maybe tomorrow, because
Maybe
this is
next
going to be
week.
this is Freeform Friday, so maybe tomorrow on Saturday we might have a special live for you. We might not. Just depends on international shipping. We might be at the riverbank. Who knows? Check
I
in.
feel like we won't be in the basement though.
We will not be in the basement for this one thing. It may actually just be a whole long episode premiere. Don't know yet. Check our Facebook page. Follow the Facebook page.
We might be at the riverbank warming up for our old challenge with them boys from over in Kentucky.
Yeah, we laid the challenge out. We threw it out there. They got to bring it on back. We'll check her out. But you know what else makes me mad? Okay, I got to watch how I word this. But this is what makes me mad. Anybody that watches stays on our TikTok and our Facebook and YouTube shorts knows that I was driving home from work the other day and they stocked Jimmy Lewis Lake. And as soon as they stock it, you got them daggum dudes roll up in the truck and fish everything out before I can even get off work.
Stock truck chasers.
Yeah.
Man, you want to know what makes me mad?
I had a spider on my leg.
I'll tell you what makes me mad.
What?
The fact I still have to wake up for a 9 to 5 and can't just wake up and be a podcaster.
For sure.
Right.
I'll tell y'all what, man. I was over there at Jimmy Lewis today doing a little trout fishing myself. And this lady was over there fishing. She heard a little kid with her running around. I don't know if it was her daughter or granddaughter or whatever. But so she yells out. She catches one man right off the dam. She's like, "That's 12." And I was like, "Well, I'll be careful how loud I said that."
Yeah, there's limits.
Yeah.
Not only that, how long was you there today, Drew?
I was there for a good little bit. They wasn't biting.
They was all over there. Her.
Yeah, they were. I just watched her. I think she's using like dynamite or something. I don't know.
She's probably using some of that stuff that we had in our live.
might have been, but I'll tell you what, man. Then after she left, I went over and got in her spot, and I got staggum windy. I couldn't even cast my rod. So there you go.
It's extremely windy today. Extremely windy. So, not something that makes me mad. Actually, something that happened today was kind of cool. So I took my oldest son out to in Bluefield for some baseball evaluations. I had no intentions on coaching a baseball team because it's not my sport. I don't know a whole lot about baseball. I get there and I see a lady that I know from the high school, and she's like, "Hey, you want to help me?" I was like, "I'll be an assistant coach, no problem. I'll help you." I said, "I can motivate kids. I'm good at that, right?
Yeah.
I can get these kids pumped up." Well, I get up to the table and they're like, "Hey, you want to coach?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm helping." I'm like, "We really need a head coach." And I'm like, "All right. Well, let's go Red Sox. That's who I'm head coaching now." So, yeah. We had, and they also signed me up to evaluate the kids, which is, I don't really like that part, but, this is what it is.
I mean, I do like that they do an evaluation. I feel like that's not bad, like, especially for recreation leagues. I feel like that's actually a very important step that I think all recreation leagues should do.
Especially,
Absolutely.
It helps balance out the teams, so
Yeah.
you don't just have like one or two stacked teams.
yeah, especially when you got one kid that's like Babe Ruth and the other one's kind of like, not.
Honestly, I've watched 41 kids play today. evaluate. We are going to have some good baseball players in this area.
I might have to come watch y'all.
When they get older, they're going to be good.
I might have to come watch it.
I mean, it's a new world for me. I mean, I played in this league. You played in this league. Back when we played, though, they had a company that sponsored them, right? And that's who you wore on your jersey. I remember I got a picture my dad sent me. I'm in a blue jersey with white pants and a blue hat. You know who I was played for? First Community Bank. That's what it said on the front. That's what it said on my one of them old trucker hats too. It's got the old
snapbacks.
Yeah, but it was terrible. I don't know why they put a kid in.
What they give them fitted now?
I have no idea.
Oh.
But it got to be better than that.
Yeah, it's probably like the Velcro.
Yeah, now it's like you're the Red Sox. We got the Red Sox, the Mets, the Athletics.
Got the Braves.
I don't know. Not in my league. You got Angels, stuff like that.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Dodgers, stuff like that. Had to give me a drink there. I'm sorry, I've been running my mouth. So what else? What else you guys got?
Man, I'm really excited. It's been warm.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I've enjoyed getting out this weekend a little bit and getting down to the water.
Man, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday whenever it first spiked up.
Oh, yeah, man.
Man, I've heard a lot of people talk about seasonal depression, and I'm not one of those people that says, oh, that's not real, but I've never felt like I've experienced it, right? But, man, let me tell you, I stepped outside and it was 70 degrees and sun shining. Man, I felt like I did some hardcore stuff. I was like, damn, somebody just put something in my veins or something.
Right. Well, I mean, that sunlight be doing that. I know the other day I was at work. Friday we went out for lunch, and it was like 11 o'clock. I'm like, it is way too nice to be here.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
It is way too nice to be here. It's just that's when you want to burn that time up. You want to take some days off. I always love fishing, but when Drew sent me videos of him fishing today, I was driving on my way to Beckley. I looked at my wife and I'm like, I gotta get that fishing license in. So I gotta get that. That sportsman package. You go ahead and pay for it all right now.
They got a new package this year. It's a sportsman's package, and it also you don't have to buy your trout stamp extra. It's included in it, and you get a hard copy of your license with the game of your choice on the front of it. Got me a big old whitetail buck on there, boys.
Woo! Big old buck. I'll check that out later.
You can choose whitetail, you can choose trout, or you can choose quail. And so I just chose whitetail.
I mean, obviously.
I like trout fishing, but I'm a Bass Pro King, so there you go.
When it comes to fishing, I'm a catfish guy. I like it good. And honestly, the reason why I like catfish, I like to throw my pole out there and sit on the riverbank with a nice fire and shoot the breeze with everybody.
Sounds like you like trout fishing, except it's a little colder.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the cold weather, as we found out.
I'm not a fan of cold either.
You're not a fan of hot food either.
No, I'm not.
You know what else he's not a fan of? Squid. Dried squid. He's not a fan.
No, it's bad.
Yeah, we have to take out the trash.
It's bad.
Because
And for once, it wasn't me.
he filled up the trash bag. So if you want to check that out, check that live out. But this is what Freeform Friday is all about. We don't have no set agenda today. We don't have anything going on. We just here kicking it in the basement. We've grown a lot last week. We 4,000 views in 1 week. For us,
Jeez.
That's big. And I appreciate that, man. Without you guys, we wouldn't have any of this wouldn't be possible. So this is going to be on Friday's episode. So by now, we had went up to Charleston, and we'd watched Montcalm go up there and play in the state tournament for the first time since 1978.
Yep, 78.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait. We might go live, so by now you've seen the live. Because we pre-record all our episodes. So
yeah, we don't have time in our weekdays to to come here and record 3 days a week, so we just pre-record it.
So if you guys want us to be able to do that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Right? So as you can see here, our T. Higgins jersey is a little crooked. So you know what really grinds my gears is the fact that we got a T. Higgins jersey in a $2 poster frame. That will be fixed. Also, this boring wall you see behind me over here, this section, Oh, if you're on the audio, you can't see what I just did. But this board section right here, we have an amazing canvas that was made with our logo, our handles, lights, everything. It was made down in North Carolina by my sister-in-law, Megan O'Donnell. And she'll be bringing it to us next week, and we'll be getting it installed. It might go here, or we might move the West Virginia flag over. Not really sure yet. But next week's the week after's episodes are going to look a lot different.
For sure.
Well, no, next week's episodes will look a whole lot different. We're going to have some pizzazz in here, other than a blank white wall behind us.
Some pizzazz.
Some pizzazz.
We
got a $5 frame for a $5 receiver.
What?
Whoa!
Wow. Okay.
I want to hear your opinion
I'm just
on
kidding.
This. I want to hear your opinion on this. Let me grab my mic there we go. So I want to hear your opinion. That's probably really loud when I drop that. $5 wide receiver? Do you agree with this?
No, I don't.
I'm just
He's
kidding.
easily, well, as of right now, hopefully by the time this drops, it's official. But from what they're saying and everything I've been hearing, the deals are done. They're just waiting to finalize it right now. It's for both
I can see
Jamar and T.
They better keep Jamar. Don't worry about T.
Well, I mean, the thing with T is, too, though.
I'm being serious. That part ain't a joke.
Yes.
Hey, T's a beast.
I mean,
And
if you had to pick between the two, who would you pick?
Well, I mean, definitely Jamar. If I
Alright.
could only have one. But the thing is, in the games where T wasn't there, Jamar didn't do as good. You kicking the can over there?
I didn't mean to.
Get over here, kid. He done lost the interest in Bengals football so much he played kick the can over there by himself.
Oh, dang.
You know what? I was playing Madden 25 and I got drafted to play for the Bengals.
Ugh.
And man, y'all got the lamest song after the game.
What, the Cincinnati Bengals song?
Yeah, that's lame.
No, it's not. That is
Yes.
amazing. It is traditional.
It's lame.
It is traditional.
It's lame.
You just mad you don't have a traditional song like that.
No, but you know what we do got? Super Bowl rings.
Yikes.
Yeah. Slap hands for the Florida guys.
Yeah. Fire the cannons.
Fire. Woo. We got cannons.
That's true.
Too bad you guys couldn't use them at the Super Bowl, where you guys literally had a
That is
whole
true.
game for the Super Bowl.
That is true. We could not use the cannons for the Super Bowl. Have you ever hosted a WrestleMania in your stadium?
I don't know.
We have too.
I have literally.
Well, if
never
we're going
kept
to
up
go
with
down to what's
WrestleMania.
been hosted at stadiums now, I don't think neither one of y'all can compete with Miami.
What about y'all's new stadium? Y'all had a winning season hosted in there yet?
They haven't had a playoff win hosted there.
Yeah. Actually, last season we had a winning season. We just lost in the first round. You know what's not fair?
They got it started.
You know what's not fair? Is we had to go to Kansas City in a wild card game. It was negative 20 degrees, and you expect some boys from Miami to do good in that? That's not fair. Should have been moved to a neutral site. It's too cold.
Well, did you hear what y'all's coach said whenever they asked him about that?
What?
They asked him, they're like, well, how do you plan on dealing with the cold? Because it's going to be very cold. He's like, I don't know. I may just carry some ice cubes in my pocket and throw it at the players during practice.
Oh, yeah, I heard that. He's probably on his way out. I ain't gonna lie. I like the dude, like
He's one
personality
of
wise.
those that he's got, like, he's a good guy, a hilarious personality, but I don't know if he's head coach ready.
Yeah, I mean he was a cowboy, so I mean
he has worked his way up. I
Yeah.
mean, he could be a great coordinator.
yeah, he would be.
But-
Maybe.
He's
That sounds like our same conversation we had about Neil Brown.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a great coordinator somewhere, just not here. No,
Hey, he's gonna
Neil
take-
Brown was a good dude. He was a great guy. He just wasn't the right fit for us.
No, they don't have enough grit about it.
Speaking of y'all, banning TikTok dances.
Cause Rich Rod don't play that. Gator don't play that.
I mean, I have no problem with the players being on TikTok. But what he really banned is the dudes dancing in the locker room in their tight little pants that go underneath their uniforms. He said that's not what the image we want for West Virginia. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. 100%. He said if you want to sit there 25 years from now and do that on TikTok's fine. But right now, we're here to win football games, and that is your only priority. 100%. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you DoorDash that stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, you might want to keep an eye on them because they will
I
set it
did.
on my porch.
See, my man ate this food and puked so much he had to buy some pizza to fill himself up.
Yeah, you'll have that.
You'll have that on
We
your
gonna
big
eat
jobs.
it? You gonna eat it on the podcast? You just
Nah. Always
Chewing the
for
microphone.
You want to get
ownership.
real close? Maybe we'll get a bunch of views from that. We do some was it ASMR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, have y'all? Hey, that's what we need to talk about. Have y'all seen them Indian head massages on TikTok?
No, that sounds like
They
something
said
put me to
they
sleep.
beat the brakes off these people's head, boy.
Maybe I have seen that. I don't know.
Have you seen the dude like the Japanese ear cleaning videos?
Yeah, I don't like them. They're gross.
Man, have you seen like how they do the traditional tattoos?
Oh yeah,
Like
those
it's
are
like
cool.
this,
to have
ju-
traditional
like
tattoo.
Yeah.
like just that long wooden stick with the needle, and they
I'd
just
love
like
to do that.
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
I'd love to get one of those done. I want it done right there, boy.
that's where our word for tattoo got its name from. The sound that makes. It's like a tattoo.
I like it.
Don't fact check me on that. I heard that one time though.
You said I heard that when I was driving trucks on the CB radio.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, speaking of CB radios, but
What was your CB handle?
I didn't have one. I didn't really use one. But man, them drivers would get on there and be like, "Learn how to drive." And then you get to West Memphis, right? West Memphis was the worst than anywhere in the country. You get on there, buddy, you could find anything you was looking for on that CB. You know what I mean? Anything you was. Matter of fact, we used to sometimes, like if we was just coming back to North Carolina, we'd just go straight through Memphis, stay on 40, through Tennessee. Mm-hmm. But if we was going to Columbia, South Carolina, which we had to deliver there sometimes, you had to drop off and go down through Mississippi. Like you had to get on like U.S. highways in Memphis. Mm-hmm. We literally went down the street in Memphis, and like our instructions from our company was like, if it is past sundown, do not stop at red lights. And so the first time I'm driving through there, I was night shift driver. I was like, man, I don't know about this. So I'm coming up, a light turns yellow, right? And I'm like, start slowing down. And I'm like creeping down. All of a sudden, I see some guys come out from beside a building on bicycles. I just smashed it. I was gone.
He said, I was out of here.
So you were a truck driver for a while, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you wear out that 40 button at the ATM for the lot lizards?
No. But I tell you what, man. If you was trying to sleep somewhere, they'd pound on the side of the truck until you got up. It didn't matter. They'd beat on the side of your truck until you come to the window and like, I'm not interested. And they'd be like, you sure? But like, I just want to go back to sleep. Like, if your doors wasn't locked, they'd open your doors. Like, so we would, like, if we was in a sketchier area, which you learn them,
Yeah.
we would take our seatbelts and wrap them around the door handles and then clip them. Yeah. Like when we park out in LA at certain like distributors and stuff, we'd have people randomly just knock on the truck and we just try to ignore them. But some of them won't go away until you give them the satisfaction of answering them. But man, I've seen some lot lizards do some nasty, nasty things. Like, so I'm gonna tell this story, and it may not be
PG.
It's probably like PG-13.
Oh no.
We can go to PG-13.
Yeah.
That just starts
All
stretching
right.
it.
So-
I mean, you done said D word.
So, at every truck stop, they got 5-gallon buckets of washer fluid, and it's got a big long-handled squeegee so you can scrub your windshield and then, because bugs are bad and stuff, man, when you're up in them trucks. So Lake Havasu, Arizona, like at nighttime in the summertime, at nighttime it'd be like 104, 105 degrees, right?
I don't like it.
And it's humid too. Like everybody's like, oh, it's a dry heat. Not there, it ain't. But I was getting ready to get fuel, and I parked my truck, set the brakes, and I seen an old girl come out of the parking lot, and I knew she was a lot lizard when I looked at her. She come over. Like anytime I got fuel, I would always clean my windshield. She come over like 2 fuel pump islands beside me because there wasn't nobody in there. And she walked up to that washer fluid bucket, straddled it, and cleaned herself off, like splashing water up on herself. And I'm telling you right now, that stuff is disgusting. Bug guts and everything else. And I just watched her do it. Like, I was like, we can't be serious right now.
There's literally showers in the truck
Yeah,
stops.
like, and they're nice too, especially at Lake Havasu. They're nice showers. Like everybody talks about, oh, truck stop showers are gross. No, they're not. They are very nice. And
They
like,
make sure to, because that's their moneymaker for
Yeah.
a lot of them.
yeah. So and like once you pump 50 gallons of fuel, you get a half a shower, 100 gallons of fuel, you get a free shower. So I never had to pay for showers because we had pilot cards, and you know, so me and my co-driver would take turns getting the fuel. So we always had showers. There was even truck stops like the one in Flagstaff, Arizona. They had jacuzzi tubs in them.
Dang.
Yeah, you just go in and had a TV on the wall. You just go in there and chill. I mean, they're nice. People don't realize
How
like.
much was a shower?
So if you didn't have a free shower, it was like $14.
Yeah, but that's something you're going to pay.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna pay.
And that's why it's so high because they know you're gonna pay it. But I mean, there was some places that I stopped to take a shower in that were questionable at best. There was one place that was so gross I showered with my clothes on.
Jeez.
Yeah, I left my flip flops on and everything.
I don't care where I'm at. If I'm not at home, I'm showering in Crocs and flip flops.
Yeah, now I had like shower flip flops, like
Yeah.
just some cheap ones. But like this time, I felt like it wasn't enough.
That's
dude.
nasty.
Yeah, it was bad. It was in actually in Coachella, California.
That checks.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you a funny story about CB radios. So me and my little brother Eric, we went down to
It's so weird to hear
Past
him to hear you
Grundy.
call him your little brother. Though.
down Grundy, down Buchanan County, where all them coal mine trucks and stuff. So he had a CB radio in his car because he was working as security for a coal mining company down here in a little bit past Pocahontas, Virginia, McDowell County area right down there, Cucumber or something. I don't know. Anyways, that don't matter. Well, we was down at Grundy, and we pulled over to the side of the road, and we got on that radio. We'd yell at a truck. We just yelled until somebody answered us. And we said, "Hey, you in that green truck, what? Why don't you pull over and I'll whoop your butt?" We got to the argument match. That truck pulled over and he got out. We're sitting there yelling back at him. We just drove right on by. He's sitting there ready to throw hands at somebody.
Dude, they get belligerent on MCB. I tell you what, man.
Are they not monitored? Is it just
No. Dude,
That's funny.
now cops will get on there sometimes. Like, because, you know, I would leave my radio on so I could hear what was going on ahead of me.
Yeah, right.
And they would always tell you, like, oh, there's a cop sitting up here. Like, you know, they have all their little code words for them, a bunch of stupid stuff for the most part. But, you know, I always knew when there was a cop sitting in the median. Because my company actually didn't govern their trucks at 63 like most of them did. We was allowed to roll, you know. But, man, sometimes cops would get on there and be like, "I'm listening." And truck drivers would be like, "I don't give a damn, do something about it."
Oh, boy. And that's Freeform Friday. We dropping the D word up in this piece.
But, man, I could do all kinds of stories from the road, dude. Like, it's a crazy world out there.
I guarantee you.
And, by the way, that steakhouse you sent me that we need
Yeah.
to go to, dude, it is top-notch, best steakhouse I've ever been to in my life.
Where's it at?
Amarillo.
That's a far drive.
I would fly.
So, no, I'm not flying. Did you not see what just happened again? We done talked about this. But anyways, so if you, like, we left out from Mount Airy, and it was 632 miles to West Memphis from there. And then from West Memphis to Amarillo, 714 miles. You could get there in literally 2 shifts. As long as, you know, somebody's sleeping, somebody's driving.
I say somebody sleeping.
Yeah. So, you know, usually what would happen, I'd get done driving. I sit up there and talk for a minute, depending on how tired I was. And then I'd go back there and lay down. Because you got to have 12 hours in the sleeper before you can drive again, before your time resets. And then once you get off the road, you only get so much a duty clock per week. And then you got to have a 32-hour reset. So that's how that works. Yeah.
The best one I ever went to, it was out in California. I wish I could remember the name of it, but everything on the menu was named after like some Western figure. Like they had like something for Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday.
That's kind of how
Kid and stuff
Texas, was it over here in Princeton? Texas Steakhouse?
Yeah, something like that.
That's trash anyway, but I'm just saying.
Whoa!
Well, this one was amazing because every meal was, I think it was a 4-course meal because it came with
man.
soup, salad, your entree, and a dessert. Every single meal. Like that was like their standard thing.
Yeah, oh, okay.
And the soup, they would figure out like who wanted what soups and stuff like that. And they would bring it out in like a big kettle and set it in the middle of the table with like a ladle. So then you just got your soups and stuff. And it was unlimited too. So like if everybody
Wow.
finished that kettle,
I do
they
like
bring
soups.
another one.
Yeah.
I like soup.
salad they did, similar to how Olive Garden does. They just have the giant bowls and replace it. So.
Yeah. Man, it didn't take Olive Garden long to cut out that never-ending pasta bowl, did it?
Man, I went there after me and Levi went to a Marshall game with my family. And I think I had like 4 or 5 bowls.
You're the reason they cut it out.
Right. Well, speaking of unlimited, you know what place in Tennessee has unlimited food, but it's garbage? Paula Dean's.
Never been there.
It ain't worth it. It's overpriced. It's not that great. How do you mess up Southern food? Like, come on, man. It's fried chicken.
That's true.
I remember
and mashed potatoes.
Oh, man.
They have one at Myrtle Beach, too.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's not good.
I haven't been to it.
Not worth it. Don't even go.
I never did like her, so.
No, I don't like her either, but we was all in Tennessee. Like, let's go. And I'm like, hey, I like fried chicken. I like mashed potatoes. I like meatloaf. I said, let's do it.
Some chicken and
like
dumplings.
Priced and underperforming.
I was like, man, we should have went to McDonald's and got a $2
Man, I could have went to Golden
cheeseburger.
Corral and ate all I wanted to. Shoot.
Yeah, and then I had a poop before I leave.
Yeah. So
Golden Corral, you play a dangerous game, especially since we have to drive all the way to Beckley.
Yeah.
Have an hour drive back home.
all right, boys, listen. I said I had something in a minute. What was we talking about? Because my ADHD's been acting up today, and I honestly
It's not ADHD. It's because you're old, brother.
No, like I was telling my mom a story earlier, and it took me like 45 minutes to get to the point.
Dude, I told my dad all about this baseball stuff that happened today. 20 minutes later, I called him right back and told him the same story. He's like, dude, you're getting about as bad as me. And I was like, oh, did I already talk to you?
What was we talking about today? Talking about Olive Garden.
We was talking about food and trucking and
Yeah.
hanging out on the highway. With
I did. I remember what I was gonna say about the food, but then we said something else about something. Oh, I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
Go for it.
Does sugar or sweetener go in grits?
I don't like grits.
I like to put a little sweet and low in mine, a little butter.
It's a texture thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like oatmeal. I love oatmeal.
Well, see, in my opinion, if you put a little bit of sweetener in your grits, a little bit of butter, it's kind of like oatmeal. I like grits personally. I can get the texture thing though.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's nasty. It's just one of the things.
So with how much you traveled, did you ever go to Whataburger?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Do you think that it's overrated, or
Very.
do you think it's? I think it's on par with the hype that
Do
it
you?
gets.
I don't.
I do. I mean, mine could be a little skewed though because I had it. It was my first meal I had outside of basic training. It was family day, so it was like the first time I ate out. Everybody's like, "You gotta try Whataburger. You gotta try Whataburger," because we're out in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And I was cool with it because I'm like, I don't have those back home, so why not?
Oh yeah, that's what I tried to do. I tried to eat at places that we didn't have here, but Whataburger's hype was not there for me. I'll tell you another one that's not great. It's In-N-Out Burger.
I haven't had it. I remember.
Not great.
I went to a Jack in the
You had
Box
it?
once.
I'll tell you what I really like. When we're down south, me and you used to get this all the time. Daggone Christmas
Oh,
burger.
man.
But anywhere you can go and you can buy a 24-pack of burgers, sign me up, bro.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell.
we burned that up, didn't we?
I know a lot of our followers are from our area, so y'all be traveling to the Tennessee area. Just go right on past the Sevierville exit. Go to 398 on the 40. Exit 398, Strawberry Fields. There's a Crystal Burger right off the exit.
It's amazing. Dude, forget White Castle. Even though Harold and Kumar says they're awesome, forget them. They're the fancy one.
Yeah.
I'm a Crystals guy.
Oh, yeah,
Let me
man.
tell you, I never had that till me and you was traveling and working.
We was in Alabama.
And we was like, would you like an 8-pack, a 12-pack, or 24-pack? And I looked at Drew, and he looked at me, and we was like talking in our minds like, give me that 20. What are you talking about? Is that even a question? Give me that 24. Actually, give me 2 of them dudes.
Yeah.
Give me 2 of them dudes. They were great. Was it just onions and mustard?
Yeah, pretty much. Or you can get them customized.
Oh,
but also,
they are amazing. Dude.
also they're little chickens
Yeah,
now,
like
boy.
this big. Oh, I love it.
But all right,
I've
so
never even had White Castle though.
White Castle's good.
Honestly,
I've heard it
if you eat
destroys your stomach though.
That's pretty much anything for me. But
if you honestly, and you may disagree with me, if you want White Castle, just go to Walmart and buy it from the freezer section because it's about the same.
agreed, 100%.
It's about the same.
100%, I agree.
Yeah. It's not that great.
Yeah, and their fries ain't that good either. So,
Hey, you know who has some good fries? Well, I just like the way they do it. When you order a small fries, they come out with a duffel bag full of it.
Five Guys.
5 Guys, baby.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah, but you better be coming back with a duffel bag full of cash if you're trying to order from there.
Hey,
Man.
There was this little gas station down where I used to live down past Nemours, close to Pocahontas, Virginia, called Woodard's. But the place looked disgusting. We'd go in there every Saturday and get us a cheeseburger that they patted out. And then they'd have to double paper bag their fries because there was so much grease, buddy.
Oh, you knew it about to be good.
Your bag was going to rip before you got home, and I lived like 2 minutes from it. Buddy, woo! Maybe that's why I got help. Yes.
Oh, okay. Here you are. You're talking about us.
Yes, it's good.
So now I got a question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna do a little callback here to the Big Texan Steakhouse in Amarillo.
Okay.
The 72-ounce steak challenge. Do y'all think you could do it?
I did a 36. That's where I was going with the story initially. They had a 36 ounce at that place in California, and I smashed it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is double that.
I know. I mean, I still had some room on my tummy.
Okay. Also, though, I watch people do this because, like, me and Sean, my brother-in-law, he was my co-driver. We stopped in there like every week. Like, he'd wake me up if he was driving through Amarillo. He'd be like, "I'm going to Big Texan. You want to go?" Boy, I'd get up. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm going." I stumble through the parking lot half asleep. But anyways, so not only do you get your 72-ounce steak cooked how you want it, you got to eat a shrimp cocktail. You got to eat the baked potato, which their baked potatoes ain't small potatoes neither. And then you got to eat your roll and your side salad. Now do you think
The
you
part
could
that
do
would
it?
get me is that I don't like salads.
10 years
You're
ago.
gonna tell me.
10 years ago, yeah. Now I just can't eat.
If it was just the steak, I could probably do it.
I think we could easily smash a pizza challenge.
Oh yeah, shoot, boy, line that pizza up.
What is that?
Just like any of these places that have like these giant pizzas, like we could find one that like 3 people with a giant pizza.
Oh, I have seen that. There's
Hey.
one in West Virginia, ain't there?
Hey, with that being
Probably.
said, if you guys know where a pizza challenge is that's reasonable to our area, which is southern West
7
Virginia,
hours.
Bluefield. 7 hours.
That's what McAfee always says. You know, reasonable driving distance is 7 hours.
That is not reasonable driving distance.
Anyways, within our range, drop us a comment in the section and let us know. Because I'm all about some pizza. The reason why there's no CC's Pizza around here is because those people in this area, we smash some pizza.
Hey, speaking of pizza, I was talking about this today. Y'all remember the Bigfoot pizza from Fox's Pizza Den?
Mm-mm.
Man,
I
the
remember
big
hearing
square
about-
pizza like
Yeah,
rectangle.
Oh,
that you would like have to
yeah.
put on the top of your car, basically.
Yeah, that's good.
Crazy Tomato in Bluefield, West Virginia was a good pizza place.
Yeah, it was the same ones that moved into where the Fox's Pizza was. It was called Miko's, I believe.
Yeah.
And boy, that barbecue chicken pizza they had, oh my
I used to
goodness.
order, when I worked at Dish Network, we'd order them up there.
I remember that, actually.
That's good.
Yeah, that barbecue chicken pizza or whatever, it had onions on it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get those off.
But man, it was so good.
Oh, yeah, that was like the perfect barbecue sauce to put on pizza, too.
Yeah.
Sweet barbecue sauce.
Yeah. I like some sweet barbecue
There's a
sauce.
Philly cheesesteak pizza from like Domino's. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not
If
bad.
you like Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
I like it.
So the only challenges I ever did, like when I was driving a truck, like I did like a lot of the hot wings challenge. There's a truck stop in not Wisconsin,
Wisconsin.
Nebraska. It's in Nebraska, and it's got an arcade. It's a double decker.
Oh boy.
It's like a big old mall in there.
I was saying Cornhuskers. You're right.
Yeah, and there's a Quaker Steak and Lube in there. Y'all ever ate there? But I did their was it called Atomic Wing Challenge? So my old mug's on the wall in Nebraska somewhere out there. Yeah,
Isn't there a Quaker steak and lube?
It's
And
just-
like,
yeah.
I thought that there was one in Charleston.
there used to be up there by where they put Cabela's in, but I think it shut down.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what else shut down up there in Charleston? I don't even know if they're a company anymore.
What?
Old Gander Mountain.
Oh yeah.
I
I like Gander Mountain pretty
don't know if
good.
they are a
Ain't bad.
company anymore.
Yeah, I think they got bought out. Well, I mean, was it Cabela's that bought everything, or is it Bass Pro that bought everything?
Bass Pro, I think, or maybe Cabela's bought Bass Pro. It was one of the other.
One of
I
them
mean.
How
bought
do
each
none of
other.
us
So, but you can literally see a Bass Pro here and a Cabela's over there, and it's the same company.
Yeah, the Cabela's in Charleston. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I like Bass Pro because they got a lot of like I order stuff online sometimes, like baits and stuff, but most of their stuff's overpriced.
It is. You know what's actually was a really good deal there for a while? Is that mystery tackle box? It was
Yeah.
a good deal.
Not bad.
I mean, I got a bunch of stuff that I never would have bought, But I used it, and I like it.
There is a great little bait shop down in Hinton, West Virginia. Yeah.
Well, Hinton, it's a fishing
area.
Yeah.
But that's where I bought that whopper plopper I lost today. Now I gotta go back down there and get me another one.
R.I.P. in the comments to Drew's Whopper Plopper.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I got mad about that.
And then How much you pay for that?
That was like, it was one of the river ones, so I think it was only like $8. It was a smaller one. But the lure wasn't even caught. It wasn't the hooks. The line spun around it where the wind blew it, and then when I snapped the line, the plug just fell, and then it was in swifter water on that side of the bank. So I was like, all right, I got my tall boots on. I'm going to run across there. And that water was cold.
Oh, yeah, it's cold.
And I was going to run across through there, man, but it hit a little channel, some swift water, and I was like, oh, that stump right there is going to catch it. And it just went right under it, and I washed down the river.
It gone.
And I was
somebody down the road, it's going to hit the bank, and they're like, whoa.
Yeah, and it was like one of the metallic whites with the red eyes. Yeah, dude, I'm still upset about it.
I just never had any luck out of using whoppers.
Man, I love topwater fishing.
Like I said, man, I'm just the Joe Fly guy, man. That's me.
I mean, I don't hate a Joe Fly for sure.
I
but
like a Joe Fly.
You guys are speaking a foreign language to me.
Old city boy over here has no idea what we talking
oh,
about.
what is this?
What?
Well, it's a snow on Thursday. It's been 70. I am in shorts right now. At 11 o'clock at night.
And the basement computer never lies.
It will be right. So.
I would be mad.
That's the day we're going to Charleston.
Of course it is.
Wow, Mom goes to the States and it has to snow.
Yeah.
Right? Uh-oh, we got.
What?
What is that?
Oh, Ethan just texted me and says he's up in Michigan right now. That's why he hadn't been.
Oh.
He missed a live.
Oh, I forgot that he mentioned that he was doing that.
With that being said, that was our Freeform Friday. We just kind of threw ideas around. It's probably what you're going to hear about all week. It's just us tossing ideas around. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys stopping in on our Friday. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Hopefully by now we done announced our live for tomorrow. If so, it's going to be terrible for us. But if we can make it through it, the reward is going to be amazing. Well, for us. Not for you guys, but for us.
Yep.
With that being said, I appreciate you guys hopping in. Remember, it's the basement where it's top-level content from the lower level. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Remember, I was going to say something ugly, but I'm not going to.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo.